An important insight that Therese had about love was that the love of God was not violent. God is not violent. Now, it's clear that love is not violent when we think about that as a concept. But we often forget that, and in practice, and sometimes even theoretically, we think that it's compatible with love to be violent. And the history of parenting is a good example of that. The history of parenting indicates that people who thought that they were loving their children, every parent in some way loved their children, but the history of parenting indicates that in early years, in the 10th century, 11th century, 12th century, the history of parenting indicates that parents were very cruel to their children by our standards in an effort to make them good. And that cruelty was unnoticed by parents in those days because the culture was also very harsh. And there was also sparked by a misunderstanding of Scripture that God was harsh. And so we could love with God's love in a harsh way for the good of the people that we were loving. But now we know that God's love is not harsh. And that is the mistake of Jansenism, that God's love is harsh. And Therese helps to heal the church of Jansenism. And once we know that love, God's love for us is not harsh, and that we should be sharing God's love with others as we love our neighbor and ourselves, then we know that our love cannot be harsh or vindictive or condemnatory. And that was an important insight for Therese, and an insight that was respected when the Pope John Paul II made her a doctor of the church and said that she has helped to heal the church of Jansenism by sharing God's love and by manifesting God's mercy.